Hello and welcome to this tutorial on using Illustrator to be able to laser etch on your serving tray. Hopefully this will simplify how to use and navigate Adobe Illustrator. Just don't be disheartened if you don't get it first off. These things take time. The good thing about using Adobe Illustrator is the skills that you learn in this tutorial and throughout using Illustrator transfers into other programs Adobe has, for instance Photoshop, InDesign and those sorts of ones using the same tools. So with that being said, let's get into it. Firstly, we need to open it up. So how you can do that is press on the Windows Start icon, which is down on the bottom of your screen here, or on your keypad. Type in Adobe Illustrator or just Illustrator. Click on Adobe Illustrator 2024. Wait for it to load. Now, if your screen doesn't open up like this, your computer might be lagging. Simply get out of the program, clicking on the X in the top right hand corner, and follow the process of typing Illustrator in and opening up the program. If it's opened up like this, we can continue by clicking on New File. And we need to set up what's called as an artboard to be able to do our illustrations on. Sometimes they give you options, A4 size, A3, letter, etc. But we're going to make a custom one, and how we do that is on the right hand side over here. Now yours might be selected as points. We need to change that to millimeters. So click on the drop bar menu, find millimeters, and then change the artboard size to 600 wide by 450 high. That's the width of the bed, width and height of the bed of our laser cutter. Orientation, make it landscape. We only want the one artboard, everything else is okay. We'll name it later. So once you've got those dimensions in, press create. Next thing we're going to do before we place an image on our board is make a rectangle to replicate the boundary of our tray so we get the right size. How we're going to do that is by simply going over to what's called as the toolbar menu on your left hand side here. Here's all of our tools. And we're going to click on the rectangle icon. Once we click on that, click anywhere on the artboard once, and that'll give you this option. Now our tray size will be roughly 425 long. So put that in the width, and for the height it is 290. And you get a border, blue border like this. Once it's blue and you can see the little squares on the corner, that means it's selected. How we can move and adapt this is with our selection tool, which is the top of the tools bar menu. Select that, and then you can drag it wherever you want. Click on the outside and the blue disappears. Now, because my Illustrator is used to automatically having the stroke, which is the outline color, black, it selected that for me, but it would normally be nothing. So what we need to do is put a black line around our rectangle. Go to the top hand corner randomly and just drag it over, and that'll select your hidden rectangle. And down on the bottom of your tools bar menu is where we can change the colors. The first square is what's known as the fill color. That's the color of the inside. Behind it is our stroke, which is our boundary. How we get rid of what's in there is down on the bottom is our some more options. One has a white box with a dash through it. That means none. Click on that, that'll remove our color. Now we need to change our boundary to black. double click on the back square, choose black, go OK. Now if this is too thin or too wide, we can actually change the thickness of our stroke. How we do that is over on our right side, drop bar menus, click on appearance, and our stroke is set to 1 point. We can change that by double clicking and moving it up or moving it down. Just make sure you've got your rectangle selected. Again, with our selection tool at the corner here. Now we'll move on to inserting our image. There's a few ways we can go about doing this. First one, and the easiest one, is to simply copy and paste it straight in. So I've just typed up the best AFL team in Australia, which is the West Bulldogs. I'm going to select this image, copy, right click, paste. We can change the sizes to this as well by moving these boundaries out. But see how it gets a bit distorted? What we can do to stop that from happening is hold down Shift as you drag a corner out, then release. That keeps it nice and even. Locate where you want to put it, and done. Another way we can do this is by placing it in, by saving it on our computer. Save image as. That's saved on our computer. What we can do is go into File, hover down to Place, find your photo, and then place it in like so. Now we just save this file so we can send it to your teacher to laser etch onto your serving tray. How we do that is File, Save As, Save on Computer, put what it is and your name so we can easily find it once it's on the laser printer computer. Make sure that your save type is Adobe Illustrator, because that's what we use on the laser cutter. And click Save. And that's that done. Click OK, and we're finished. Now, there is ways that if we're not happy with this, because it's going to be laser etched, going the etches in black, it's going to show this boundary, and I don't want that square there. So there's a few things we can do. We can actually remove this background or select another image that doesn't have a background to begin with. I'm going to show you how to do both. So white backgrounds are good. They won't show. So you can go through the same process as copy and pasting in. Some images are actually perfect that actually don't have a background to begin with. Like this image I found earlier. This image. So it has a checkered background. If we copy and paste this image, it will come up with a background. We don't want that. However, because a checkered background means it's actually transparent in a different photo image file, we can actually save that image as that's the wrong one. Web files, no good. We need to find one that's a PNG. That means that the background doesn't show when we place it in Illustrator. Yes, excellent. This one's a PNG image. Save as. File, place. And that'll actually place without the background on it. What if we can't find a PNG image with a transparent background? We can use our Adobe Photoshop to remove this background. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So, like opening Illustrator, open up Adobe Photoshop. We're going to go File, Open. Find the image that you want to remove the background on. And instantly you'll see this tab come up. Simply click Remove Background. It'll do it for us. Simply click back into File. We need to now save this. Save as. Yep, PNG. Just make sure that's selected. Okay. Back into Illustrator. File. Place. And there we have it. If that tab is somehow not there, we can still remove the background by going over to what's known as our selection tools and choosing one of these. A quick selection tool should be able to click on the image and select its boundaries. Let's see if that works. Might take a little while. Yep, and like so. That's selected the boundary, and we can click on this icon here, create mask, and that will remove our background. Or if that doesn't work, we can use our quick selection tool and select what we want to keep. You can release it and go again, just so you don't make an error. Zoom in is Alt and move your keypad in, your mouse. Just select what you want to keep. If you go over, go up to the top toolbar menu here and click on the minus selection, and then just get rid of it. If the selection thing is too big, you can change the sizes as well. Make it a bit finer. Back to your selection one. And then same thing, mask. Forgot a couple of numbers. Let's just reverse that and go again. There you have it. File, save as. Ooh. Save a copy will work. PNG, desk. There we have it.